Hello, Glide. Thank you for letting me bear witness today, and thank you, Freddie Martin, for asking me to share. It's a joy to be here today. I remember one of my first and most memorable experiences at Glide. I was sitting right there, and I recall always wanting to attend service here, but that week in 2012, I believe, I heard that Miss Maya Angelou was to speak. So I was going to be there, here. Fortunately, I did, and it was a great service. It was also the beginning of what would be one of the rockiest points of my life. I was approaching my 40s with 4 thriving children, a promising job, a new house, a blessed life with an even brighter future. I was newly married, living in San Francisco, ready to enjoy my later years in life that I'd worked so hard to achieve. At my age, I felt that I had survived the stormiest part already and was no longer in the position to handle anything that would throw me off. Then my husband of 1 year relapsed. It was devastating. To speed things up, I eventually began using crystal meth and fell into a deep depression. So that day, I was in need of hope. I can never forget when I was out in the pews singing "This Little Light of Mine" along with the congregation. I was singing my soul out, those words alive, desperately wanting to manifest in my own life. God heard me that day and led me from a path of loss that ultimately recovered a self that God also needed to see manifest in me. I think back over time while I would later battle and overcome addiction, homelessness, and losing it all, God was working in my soul to again make that song ring true in my life. That wasn't the last time I found myself in need of hope at Glide. Over the next few years, Glide was here. It was here to have meals when I would otherwise have gone without eating that day. It was here on more than one occasion that I had shelter for the night because I was able to line up downstairs in the afternoon for shelter bread. It was here for the community to come together and meet. Some evenings I'd attend keeping it real, barely holding on by a thread to my own reality and being reminded that there is more in this struggle to see than meets the eye. To witness God's love for those in the struggle and that in it lives were actually being transformed. I was led poetically to find refuge within the walls of the Maya Angelou room where I came for Bible study. I came because the doors were open for me in maintaining a way to keep my positivity real. I was able to be acknowledged for wanting to feed my heart at a time when others somehow connected my illness with not being worthy to have a heart for. Inside that room, I felt acceptance and a shared appreciation for the diligence to stay close to God with others on their journey together with me. I stay and keep coming for these same reasons. I'm so grateful for my brothers and sisters in our beloved Bible study. In prayer and recognition, they've been my sustenance for me while I do everything to get back custody of my youngest son, who's been having to endure the wait to come back home to his family. One that has been way too long, but don't worry, Jeje, Mommy's getting you home. For what I've taken with me at that service on being that little light, I first had to open myself to allow it in and forth. For me, that was to expose and share with others the brokenness that I had for it to find its way through the cracks and fill the emptiness. So along this journey, as I reclaim what was lost to me, I'm also gaining what I never had, as I learn to open up for my spirit to give and receive. I hold on to that light shared with me, as well as want to be one for others feeling lost away back home. And I want to encourage anyone out there, my message for those who feel shame, pain, or whatever struggle there is, we may feel helpless, but we are never hopeless. As long as there are people who gather at organizations such as Glide in our community, we the people are the foundation, and we can be built up. And we can also tear down for each other the fear and helplessness. Find a foundation, one is right here. And my message for those who are not struggling, to also be that foundation to raise us all up and join in the fun. One is right here. And I'd like to share with you a poem. Gracefully she moves and her surroundings follow, recalibrating. She is time, and in her hands she heals. She looks into her surroundings and sees open space for herself to occupy. For she is change, she deals. In her mind's eye, she adjusts her visions and ways to see outside of herself. For she is compassion, envisioning a better world. In her soul, she is not alone, and her surroundings move to reflect the presence within her, ever evolving, always reaching for the depth to touch the one she keeps close. She is a heart given life that the only way to keep alive is through the way of giving back its flow. She is a mosaic of a million pieces, fit back together, illuminating a million faces that bind and make whole what was broken but will not be broke. She is the artist welcoming all into her house, hospitably, to partake in the making of her master's piece. Everywhere she goes, she promotes healing well. She is a grounded sky watcher, telling her truth, truth discerned by her love, with a message that spells out for all people and professes, "You are phenomenal." She is mother. She nurtures her children with positivity, strong to give birth and to be given birth by those where she is protected. She is love, sacred and in motion, in who I am also mother, being raised by and in her own creation. I'm Caroline, and I'm Glide. Thank you.